Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Breath live stream where we start our day with coherence. I'm your host, Jeremy Tennell, systems designer and coherence coach. This is week 8, day 36 of our 14-week journey entitled The Path of Personal Transformation. We've spent the first 6 weeks learning about how to transform the self. Last week, we discussed working with others and group dynamics. This week, we're expanding our knowledge and capabilities for shifting the systems around us. We'll be focusing on systems competence. The system you're trying to change is the one you're participating in, not just externally, but internally as well. Your patterns, your reactions, your identity. You don't just live in the system, you reinforce it. So if nothing changes in you, why would the system change around you? I used to think systems change was something that happened out there. Policies and structures, leadership decisions in the hands of the leaders I voted for. And don't get me wrong, those things do matter. But what I've come to realize through this work is that systems doesn't exist around us. They also exist in us and through us, and how we think and how we react, in what we tolerate and in what we avoid, and often in the tiny paradigms we hold on to that are simply a contrasting binary to the another perspective. In all honesty, there were moments in my life where I was so frustrated with the system, I just wanted to burn it down. I'd given up on believing that there was a political solution or a religious solution or a social solution. I thought the system was broken and completely unfixable, but I was unwilling to look at how I was participating within it. Systems are not just structures. They are patterns, patterns of behavior, patterns of belief, patterns of response. And those patterns live within us. We talk about this in week 2, awareness. You can't change what you are not aware of. In week 3, we talked about ownership. Recognizing that your experience is not just happening to you, it's being shaped by you. In week 4, we talked about regulation. Because if your nervous system is dysregulated, you don't respond, you react. And reaction is predictable. And predictable behavior is exactly what systems run on. So when I say you are the system, what I'm really saying is you are a node in a network of patterns. And the moment you shift your pattern, you begin to shift the pattern of the system. Here's where it gets real. Most people want systems change without personal transformation. They want different outcomes without different behaviors. They want better systems without becoming more coherent participants within the system they dwell and exist within. And that's not how this works. Because systems don't just respond to what you say or what you want. They respond to how you show up. We talked about this in week 6, the observer. The moment you become aware of your own patterns, you introduce a shift in the system. It goes from signal awareness through pause to choice. That pause, that moment of awareness, that's where systems change begins. Not in force, not in reaction, but in choice. From a systems perspective, every system maintains itself through feedback loops. And you are a part of that loop. When you react unconsciously, it looks like trigger, reaction, and then reinforcement of a pattern over time. You're creating stability within the system through your reactions. But when you bring awareness to that process, it looks like trigger, awareness, pause. You build intentional response, and that pattern shifts through leverage. Not control, leverage. Small, consistent shifts at the level of the individual can change the behavior of the entire system over time. But only if those shifts are real, not performative, not occasional, consistent and embodied. And culturally, we've been taught to locate problems outside of ourselves. Blame the system, blame the leadership, blame the environment. And again, those things matter, but what's missing from that conversation is accountability at the level of self. Because if the system is oppressive, it will condition people to think, act, and respond in ways that sustain it. And if we don't examine that, we don't change the system. We replicate it, just in different roles. So today, instead of asking, how do I change the system? Ask, where am I reinforcing the system? Where am I reacting instead of responding? Where am I choosing comfort over awareness? Where am I repeating patterns I already know I'm not aligned with? Because the truth is, you don't need to control the system to change it. You need to change how you show up within it. Today, I want you to take your journals and find a space, find some time, and explore a couple of questions. Where in my life am I frustrated with the system, but still participating in it in the same way? What patterns in me are reinforcing what I say I want to change? And what would it look like to shift just one of those patterns today? All right, let's move into our breath work. So let's find a comfortable seat. Let's sit up straight, put our feet on the floor. Shift your hips and roll your shoulders, and let's do an inhale, and we're going to exhale with a sigh. Inhale, exhale with a sigh. Placing my hand over my heart because I'm going to be targeting the cognitive area of my heart through gratitude today. So I'm going to breathe in through my nose for about 6 seconds. Out through my mouth for the same. In. Out. Again. Keep that pattern up. Relax your face, relax your forehead. Relax your cheeks, relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Let's begin our gratitude list in our minds. I am thankful for today. I am thankful for the opportunity it brings. Maintain your breath pattern. I am thankful for the sunrise. I am thankful for the birds chirping outside. I am thankful for my support system. Keep your gratitude going silently in your mind as you practice your breath. When you get distracted, come back to your breath and your gratitude. Stay with it. We only practice for about 5 or 6 minutes. So stay with it. Stay with your breath and your gratitude. Let's take a big inhale in. Exhale with a sigh. One more. Come back into the space. If this resonated with you, stay with the work. Connect with your breath throughout the day. Connect with awareness. Connect with attention. Bring space and pause into the moments of your life so that you can be in the driver's seat and not your autonomic nervous system. The space is for those who are practicing, not just listening. You are not separate from the system. You are shaping it with every choice you make, with every reaction you engage with. Take a breath, shift the pattern, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 5:30.